everybody, my name's Dark. Today we're going to be going over the beachy wave. I'm sure unless you've been living under a rock, you definitely know what a beachy wave is. I've gotten a lot of questions as to how I do mine, how I get it to last a minimum of 4 days, and just basically like the products that I use and how it's achieved. Okay, so normally because we're doing heat treatment, you want to make sure that you do have some sort of heat protectant spray. Now, the one I prefer to use is by Sexy Hair. It's called the Smooth and Seal. Normally they're in a purple bottle. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is just basically anti-frizz. It's a shine spray. It's also a heat protectant spray. It has the oil in it that everyone would normally pull through their hair afterwards, just to give it that soft and silky shine. I've always been a firm believer, dry style, dry product, wet style, wet product. I know that that doesn't work for everything, like if you're doing men's hair, gel, stuff like that. But when I want that really soft looking beachy look, I don't want it to look crunchy at all. Second step, you want weatherproof to help fight all the elements, humidity, any moisture in the air. It's going to give you like a really good barrier. This is by Sexy Hair as well. It's the big Sexy Hair line. My next one, it's BY Hairspray by Framesi. There we go. So it's just basically a light hairspray. When you're looking at a hairspray for a beach wave, you want to definitely stick towards the hair mist. This is the easiest way to go. So I'm using a Hot Tools curling iron. You can get these at Sally's Beauty. Pretty sure that's where I've always bought mine, at Sally's. They're fairly inexpensive. Mine is the 1 inch. So that's really all you need. Let's start with the product application. Now you don't need clips for this, so don't worry about clips or anything. So we're going to start with the heat serum, the heat protectant spray, and we're just going to give that a light spray, top and bottom. Next is our weatherproof. Top and bottom, top, bottom, brush it through. Okay, and divide your hair in half. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we're going to find our first section. Which is going to be this chunk. It shouldn't take you long to curl your hair at all. So we're going to wrap it midsection, pull it out, wrap it up again all the way. You want to be about 1.5 inches away from your scalp, because we don't want it going right up to the top of our head. We want it more of that like soft, loose wave. So that's warm enough. I keep pressing this right here and I keep bringing it down. Wrap it back up, this time a little further away. Our idea is we want to get that end piece wrapped around. So you keep doing that till it's just about in the barrel. Now if you feel like it's not holding onto your hair and it's just kind of about ready to fall out, just hold it still right there. Count to about 10 seconds and then let it out. So you see how you have it nice and tight now? That's okay. We're just going to let that cool on its own because we're going to be combing these out after anyway.
plecat în drumul spre castel, ca în povești, ca în povești. 1001 de nopți, să mă iubești, să mă iubești. Viața e altfel de când ai pus sarea și piperul și ai dat gust. Când nu găseam niciun răspuns, Cupidon inima mi-a străpus. Ai venit ca un actor și totul s-a schimbat. Mi-ai scris că mă iubești într-un autograf.
As you can see, it looks very curly, but don't worry, it's not going to stay that way. So you have to take mine in two specific sections, and that would be this whole piece right here. I'm going to bring that down into my face and wrap it back up. Down again, because I don't want too high of a curl there. And then just keep making my way to the bottom. Got about an inch left, and there we go. So we're gonna wait, 3, 4, 5, drop that down, toss that back, and then these ones I'm gonna comb out, make sure I get all the hair in there. Always make sure you comb your sections nice and straight. You don't want it messy or it's going to style messy. So bring it down. I don't want the curl up in my face, so I bring it quite low. And angle it backwards as you come out. Nice and slow. Alright. So there you have it. You see how that one's quite loose looking already? And that's okay, because I don't want a lot of curl in my bangs. You're going to leave your curling irons on because there could be some pieces that don't quite look as nice. You can easily fix those up. So you're going to divide your hair back in half. Now keep in mind we still need this side to cool, so we're not going to work with this right away. If you're in a hurry and you need it cooled down right away, get your blow dryer out and just turn it on to cool and dry it that way. So with it all still in a curl, nothing is combed out yet, we're just going to spray lightly. Now keep in mind, that's why I was telling you a hair mist, not a hairspray, because we want to mist it and not get it re-wet. And you want to be able to brush it out easily. So then I flip it backwards and just do a quick 1, 2, both sides, and bring it back. Alright, so you're going to take your fingers front and back and just comb it through. If you combed your sections nice and straight and nice and clean, you shouldn't have an issue doing this. If you find that you're fighting tangles the entire time, just next time make sure that you just make nicer sections. Make sure they're nice and flat and sleek when you comb them out and you pull your curling iron through. So there you go, that's the one side. Now you just want to see if there's anywhere that's still quite warm. It feels quite cool to me. So I'm going to comb this out as well. And comb these bangs back. Now I have a camera right in front of me, so looking at it, I can see that this side is curlier, this side still is a little bit straight. So all you're going to do is split it into 3 sections. This is where people get frustrated. They're like, oh, it doesn't look good. I've already put the product in. I can't do anything. Don't worry. Everything can be fixed. So just go in and curl the bottoms only and make sure you're going with the curls. If you're curling against like a wave that's already in there, you're going to make the rest of the curl higher up look even worse. So that one's done. I'm going to find my second section here. Gonna pull that out. Get it nice and smooth. Make sure you're going backwards. And I can see right there, that's where it starts being the curliest. So I'm just gonna wrap it right up to that length. Let that sit for a few minutes. Now I find most people are like this. One side curls better than the other side. So don't worry. It took us time to get there. Alright, so get that section nice and combed out. We're going to go backwards. I can see where the curl starts. I'm going to wrap it just a little bit up into this one. And we're just going to let that sit for a few seconds. And we're just going to let that cool. So I'll probably be done with my curling iron, but I'm going to leave it on just in case. It's cool enough to me. So I'm going to take my hair mist again. I just need to give it a little bit of hold before I start combing it. I'm going to do the other side too. Okay, both fingers through, pull it out. Yes, I am getting the other side in, that's okay. Because we're at the final stage anyway. Go in there and just fluff your root out. Because you don't want your roots sitting too flat. And then this is where you want to flip your head over. If you're a stylist and you're doing this for someone, you would just ask them, lean your head back, and then you would just hold their roots up while you're spraying it in. But because we're doing this on ourselves, we have to make it a little bit easier. So you're just going to flip your hair upside down, and you're just going to give it a quick mist while it's over. So I'm just fluffing my root out so it's not laying flat. And there you go. So you see how this is kind of fluffy looking unless I kind of bring it all back together on its own. Now the final product would normally be a dry texturizing spray. They have it by they have it by Sexy Hair. They have one by Kenra. I've only been able to find two that work really well. They're dry texturizing sprays, and those are the best for collecting your beach waves back together so that they're more wavy looking. They get rid of all the frizz and they give it a lot of hold. But because we don't have that, what I've been using for the past few weeks is the Play Dirty dry wax hairspray. It's by Sexy Hair. This is what it looks like. Okay, all I need is just the ends to have a little bit of texture to them so that they collect and they just look softer. So that's all you want it for. I desperately wish that Framesi would create one. Hey Framesi, you need help with some dry texturizing spray, hit me up because I know what's good. You guys need to make one. And I've tried everything. Nothing that Framesi makes is like it. So that's unfortunate. But hopefully in the future they will come out with something similar to it. But like I said, using the Sexy Hair, the Play Dirty is a good temporary use. So the same with the hairspray where we flipped our hair upside down, we're going to do the same thing. This time, get both hands in and really fluff out your root. 1, 2, 3, because I have long hair. 1, 2, 3 on the length. And then a quick one underneath. And you're just going to scrunch up your hair. Alright, now that should be good while you're getting ready. You can go get all your stuff done, get dressed and everything. Your hair is going to last while you're doing that. You know, just make sure you're not laying on it or anything in the meantime. Kind of like really let it settle. As far as keeping your color, so as you can see, I have red hair. Red hair can potentially be a lot of upkeep. If you're looking for something that is going to give you that added protection, I recommend you taking the proper steps and getting yourself a good shampoo, because doing heat styling is going to put a lot of wear and tear on your hair if you're not using the correct products. Now I use Framesi Color Lover. This was the first product. Actually, it was the Dynamic Blonde Color Lover by Framesi. It was the Dynamic Blonde that I originally first using because it was for blondes and it toned the hair really nicely. So I recommend, if you are blonde, go out and buy the Dynamic Blonde shampoo. Your life will be changed, I promise you. So try that. This is a really good example, especially being a redhead, what this does for your shampoo and keeping your color in. This is Salon Fresh. It was the color that was just done. This is after using Color Lover for 30 washes and 30 blow dries and 30 flat irons. So you can see here. Now this one's after using the competitor with the same thing. They've both done 30 washes, 30 blow dries, and 30 flat irons. And you can really see the difference. And they use coconut and gosh darn near everything, which is amazing to me because I'm a firm believer in coconut. I use it for a lot of cooking. It's great for your pets if you haven't already looked into that yet. It does wonders for your animals. They have a lot of different lines, but my favorite is the Volume Boost. They have these in the bigger bottles. They have these in this size as well. With the Volume Boost, I find that it keeps my hair from getting oily the same day, which is a huge issue. I find that I get oily very quickly. So this kind of gives me an extra day and a half out of my shampoo, and then my curls kind of really help it last a little bit longer than that. So they have the Volume, they have a no suds shampoo, they have curly, they have smoothing, they have, you need it, they have it basically. So I definitely recommend them. If you're using a lot of heat treatments, you'll be amazed at how well your color will last. Especially with the blondes. The blondes tend to go a bit more on the yellow side with using a lot of heat. The Dynamic Blonde will remove all that yellowing. So I definitely recommend Framesi Color Lover shampoo. It's my all-time favorite. I don't think I'll ever be able to buy another one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked what you watched, if you found that it was very educational and I hopefully helped you, feel free to subscribe and leave a like down below.